This play is called Wave. It's set up with a little couple of misdirections, a couple of ball screens to look to try to get to the basket or to open up some stuff on the weak side. The one we'll talk about here is the girl in the green there. She's actually going to start low and rise up out of the corner is what we call it. Once she gets the ball there, her job primarily is to try to get the ball reversed as quickly as she possibly can. So she's going to come up here to the top. She's going to get a screen to try to free that pass up just a little bit. If it's a good enough screen, you might possibly turn the corner there and maybe even attack the hoop. But after she throws that ball to the two guard there on the other wing, her job then is to go down and help set that double staggered screen for the three who is going to come up. Again, it can be kind of a wall screen there where they're side by side, or it can be a little staggered like this. But once she's done doing that and the ball gets reversed, she then swings out to the opposite side there. And then we are in our dribble drive offense as we are 4 out, 1 in. The biggest thing here is that when she catches it on this weak side is, again, look for your shot and then just kind of play basketball from that point. The point guard's here job mainly is trying to get us into the set and making sure that we get at least one touch to our two guard. So the two guard is the girl with the ball right now in the gray t-shirt there. This play is really designed to get her some touches. So once we kind of feel like maybe she has got it going a little bit offensively, or we just want to get her a touch. So after she hands off with the dribble handoff there, she's going to go on the high side of the first post and underneath the second post. Now, usually there's a lot of traffic in there, and she's not probably going to get through here as quickly and as easily as she does when there's no defense. But when she gets to the other side, if she can make that pass and then rip through and drive baseline, she certainly can. She has the whole side of the floor over there to use it however she wants to use it. However, if it's not there, she will have a screen and roll coming as that post will follow her across. Once she gets to this point here, her job is just to make the best basketball play. If she comes off that pick, she can take that shot at the elbow there. She can keep driving and look for the opposite post on the weak side. Or in this case, the screener there should have popped instead of rolled. You might kick back out for a three. But once they reverse it back out to the three, her job then is to get spacing and then get out into our 4 out, 1 in. Again, this play is designed primarily to try to get our two guard at least a touch and maybe try to get her a good looking shot here. But really just to be a playmaker and kind of give us a different look on offense as well. The three guard here, the three is down on the block there. Her primary job here is to be ready to be a shooter, but really just to be patient. We're really trying to get the bigs out of the lane and out of the way of drives, and so if we can put a guard down there, then maybe we can get to the bucket a little bit easier than we do. So the biggest thing here for the three is there's just being a lot of patient and kind of reading where your defender comes off and helps so that you can get the best screens possible here. So once she sees the double staggered coming towards her, she then is going to come up and then again read the defense. If the defense goes underneath the screen, she's going to flare. If the defense is trailing her, she's probably going to curl a little bit more and end up almost directly really behind the ball. But in this case, there's no defense. So she comes straight up. Get your feet ready to shoot because this may be an opportunity here for a wide open jump shot, especially since we put a lot of pressure on the three's defender to stop any drives or anything like that. So the three here can actually get a pretty good look probably if the two guard does a good job of attacking the basket and forcing some help. If she does get it out top, we prefer that she reverse that as soon as possible. The four is the farthest post over, closest to the ball right now. Her job really is to try to make sure that we get as good of a couple of screens here for the two coming back across as we can. If they want to end up switching it, it doesn't really hurt us too much simply because they're going to come back and run a screen and roll, and they're going to end up back where they kind of started really. So once she goes by, she's immediately going to chase right after her again and go right back to the other side to get another screen. Now, depending on who we're playing and what we're guarding here, what we're trying to look for. We might screen and roll this. I think most of the time we're probably going to pick and pop. She chooses to roll in this case, and that's not necessarily the wrong play. Again, you got to read the defense a little bit, and you got to understand as a 4 what's your strength. If you're not a real strong outside shooter, maybe rolling is your best option. If you're a better shooter, which that particular girl is a pretty good shooter, you probably want to pop out, spread the floor a little bit more. It might even open up a kick out to you, which might give you a drive to the basket yourself. But either way, once you are done, you do need to open back out to the corner there, which she does. You can't see her on the screen, but she is out in the corner in order to be ready to go in our 4-out 1-in dribble drive offense. And the last one we'll talk about is the 5. The 5 is the post closest to us here in this particular one, the one furthest away from the ball at this particular time. So once the point guard there gets the ball, the 5 is going to come up and set a screen for the point guard. Now, what she'll also probably kind of do is inadvertently bring her defender with her, which also kind of sets a double pick in a weird kind of way for the 2 guard coming across. She's going to set a good pick, though. If the point guard wants to turn the corner, it doesn't really matter to the 5. Either way, she's going to go down and screen for the 3 immediately after the point guard goes by. So her job now is to try to get as good a screen as she can for the 3 coming back up. She does need to have her head a bit on a swivel here. If the 2 comes down the lane and her girl helps off, it's an easy dump down pass to her for a pretty simple shot, really. And so she does need to kind of be able to do 2 things at once in terms of setting that screen for the 3 coming up, and out of the corner of their eye kind of seeing the 2 drive the lane as well. At this point here, once the ball does get swung, she doesn't really show it here, but what she should do is she should duck in there and post up, because sometimes the defense will be a little late, especially if she was helping off on the 2, and it's a good, easy post entry pass. So here it is in full speed. Again, the idea is to get the ball to the 2 and let her just be a playmaker and make the right read. But there are a lot of different options that come off of this, and it does get us into a dribble drive.